If you're in a place right now where you want to live this beautiful, vibrant life and you have these desires and these goals, but something is getting in the way, and that something is overthinking. I used to be a chronic overthinker. I genuinely would overthink everything, where I'd have to like text my friends and my sister and Google and just like research to the max. And I think it was a little bit because I'm naturally just like a researcher. I went to school for journalism and television production. And so I'm naturally like a researcher and then like a storyteller. So all these like what if scenarios could be created in my mind until I made the switch of what if worst case scenario to what's the best that can happen. And so in this video, I am going through 6 things that I actually wrote down. I was like really trying to create this video from a place of my own experience and how I went from overthinking and like having these 2 awesome choices, not knowing what to do, and these like having conflict with like 2 parts of myself, right? For example, should I quit my job or should I go full time in entrepreneurship? That might be something you're experiencing, maybe not. For me, I at some point was deciding, should I go back to a full-time job or pursue entrepreneurship? This was like in 2021. And none of those are wrong decisions. Like if I would have chosen the full-time job, amazing. If I would have, which I did, choose the entrepreneurship route, then amazing, right? But oftentimes we could be in this conflict with ourselves and it could just cause more chaos. And when it causes more chaos, it really not only affects the area we're trying to decide, make a decision in, but it also affects our relationships, our health, right? Like our personal growth. And so there are 6 foundations of how to say yes to a meaningful life, and that by knowing these, it will help you stop overthinking everything. So first off, creating a meaningful life starts with 2 questions. What are you saying no to, but don't understand? What do you want to say no to, but don't? Sorry. And when do you prevent yourself from saying yes, even though there is this like full body desire to move forward with that yes? Because I thought of like moments that I said no in my life where I was just like, nothing's a wasted time because there's always a lesson. But when you say no to something that you really wanted to say no to and you still said yes to it, it feels like your energy has been drained, right? And then you can no longer pour into those yeses that you desire. And then I started noticing like, what are some yeses that I really want to do, but maybe perfectionism has gotten in the way, overthinking, fear. One of those is YouTube. Like I had a YouTube channel most of my 20s. I documented my life, and then I took a 5-year break intentionally. But in the last year, I had wanted to start again. And perfectionism and overthinking, oh, there should be a strategy, or I should start my video this way. If I don't have the perfect introduction, or if I don't have something to sell at the end, then I might as well not just start. It was wild. So that was a yes that I deeply desired and prevented myself from not doing. But here are the ways that I reconnected with saying yes intentionally. Number 1, deciding. Simply deciding. Making decisions without hesitation, without what if scenarios. Like if you feel that nudge, committing to the thing that you say you're going to do. And there is going to be hurdles here and there. But if you can just commit without the overthinking, it's going to feel easier. And identifying one decision you've been avoiding. Like really identifying that decision so that you can move forward with it. Because when you decide, you build your self-trust. And so if I were to tell you just to close your eyes right now and think about that one thing, do not overthink it, just trust your subconscious mind. What is that thing that you truly desire to do? Maybe it's this week. Maybe it's this entire month. Maybe it's in the next year. And what would it look like at the end of the year if you followed through with that nudge, with that yes? Commit to that. If it's starting this week, maybe you need some time to prepare. Although oftentimes when we prepare too much, we don't move forward with anything. And then the next thing is compassion and forgiveness. So compassion and forgiveness has really allowed me to stop overthinking, because oftentimes we could be so hard on ourselves based on something that we did wrong, right? Oh my God, I should have started YouTube a year ago. And because I didn't do that thing, then I'm not going to start this year. And I would have been farther along if I would have just started a year ago, right? Like, if we could just forgive ourselves, have compassion for ourselves. I was a full-on stay-at-home mom the past year, and I'm still staying home with my baby. And so I knew that last year wasn't something that I could commit to, nor did I want to. And being able to make peace with that and move forward to create this new empowered identity. And not so, I don't even want to say new. New in the sense that you were able to like let go of the fear of the overthinking that is like hovering over your most vibrant, authentic self. Because when you remove the fear and you remove the overthinking and you remove the doubt, and it just slowly starts uncovering the you that is beneath all of that. And so I guess we can say new in the sense that you are allowing yourself to rise again like a flower. But the flower was always there, right? And so when you allow yourself to forgive and give yourself compassion, and you're not burdened by the weight of you should have done this and you should have done that, you're able to move forward. Number 3 is, what's something you want to do, but fear is getting in the way? And I know I asked that in the beginning, but like, it's really about stepping out of your comfort zone. That is the third step, is to step out of your comfort zone, to see where you can slowly start practicing that courage muscle, that saying yes to a meaningful life muscle. So if you make a list of the fears that you have, list maybe 2 or 4. I want you to pick one that you can commit to, that you're ready to let go of, that you're ready to move through. So for me, it really was being seen and showing up on YouTube without feeling like I had to look perfect. I had to do some inner work in order to move forward. And maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to sit in the uncomfortable feelings, which is stepping out of your comfort zone. If that's something that you usually don't do, sit with those emotions, sit with that heaviness of, why am I not allowing myself to move past this fear? And then there's values. Well, actually, I want to share a story about fear, because I recently moved through a fear of crossing a bridge. I've been a confident driver most of my life. I started at the age of 18 driving. And then in the last few years, I started getting a little uncomfortable driving on bridges. And I've done it, but I was terrified, anxious, anxiety through my body, pounding heart. And I had to sit with the problem and identify the root of the problem, move past that so that I can move through the fear. And so if right now you're like, I don't know, I can't move through all that heaviness, all the fears, all the past, pick one of those fears from that list that is doable but still causes a little bit of discomfort, right? It doesn't have to be, I have a phobia of driving on bridges, let me just drive, right? I don't want to take you on that journey. You need a practitioner, you need a coach who could guide you through that. And then 4 is really connecting with your values, and every decision that you make this week, after watching this video, or this month, ask yourself, does it align with my deepest desires and my values? Because there's so much noise online right now. You could get advice from so many influencers, coaches, people just out there sharing their opinions, and that could cloud your own like, what is most important to you? That's what values are. What is most important to you? So when you're making a decision, okay, my friend's inviting me to go out to the bar, but is that in alignment to my values? If the answer is no, trust it. And that decision will be easier. You won't have to overthink, oh, they're going to think I'm a bad friend. I said no to going to the bar. It's just going to be a no, a simple no. Then there's vision. And when I say vision, it's, yes, understanding your entire vision. I thought I had my vision board behind me, so I was going to grab it. I think it's somewhere here, but I don't need to show that prop. But it's not just a vision board. It's understanding your vision, where you want to go, so that every decision that you make is thinking about that overall vision. When you're 90 years old and you live this vibrant, meaningful life, that's your vision. But it's also visualizing before the big thing. So I'll think about a material example, owning a home, right? That's like the vision board. But what I could do right now is visualize my husband and I getting the news that we got approved for a home, and we're celebrating, and we're going through the process, and we're decorating our home, and being in that. So that the reason I really emphasize the visualization aspect of it is so you can shift your language from I can't, maybe one day, to it's already mine. God provides. It will happen. It's on its way. To switch that what if that I mentioned at the beginning with my storytelling, what if worst case scenarios that I used to do, to best case scenarios, because you're so in connection with your vision and you trust that it will happen or something better will happen. And so the last one is gratitude. You're able to make yourself live a vibrant life and stop overthinking when you lean into gratitude. I remember just recently, this is such a what is it called? Surface level problem, but I have like 3 coats like that I really love, and most of them I've had for years. I think I have like 2 new coats, and they're like a little bit, one's long, one's short, but I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'10". I really want like a long coat that's like my signature coat that I could wear, like I could dress up, dress down. And I was just like, there was this morning where I was just feeling so like, I don't have clothes. And I kind of in this like negative complaining, like telling my husband, well, you look cute, but I don't. And we were going out for like lunch or something. And I was just like, you know what? I have 3 coats. And this isn't to bypass, but it's to sit in that gratitude of like, why am I sitting here overthinking about a freaking outfit when I could just grab a coat, be grateful, and then say, yeah, you know, I could dress cute one day, like that will come, I can have a coat, it's fine. But like when you're rooted in gratitude, like what I wrote here is you celebrate what you have, you celebrate what's to come, you celebrate the person that you were, going back to compassion and self-forgiveness, because she got you to where you're at, the lessons, the mistakes, whatever that she had to learn. Thank her, thank him. And now thank yourself for the person you're becoming. And in that moment, I caught myself and I was like self-aware that like, I don't need to basically ruin our morning because I don't have the perfect coat. And so I thanked my current self that I was able to be aware of that and move forward and put on the Patagonia that I did not want to wear because it wasn't cute enough. And so I wrote that gratitude will change the way you handle challenges, and oftentimes those challenges are decisions, you know, like should I quit the job, should I leave the relationship, like whatever challenge arises, you're able to decide from a place of it taught me something, I'm ready to move on, and I'm ready to decide. So if anything in this video resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment. Something that I'm really promising myself to do and stop overthinking is to create content. Create content that comes from my heart, not feeling like it has to sound like someone online. And I've also been battling these 2 identities, not so much battling, but I'm integrating them now where I'm like, I could still be a coach and a public speaker. I do personal growth and confidence coaching for women, and now I'm even expanding to doing some things for men. And like, I could be that, and I can also create and be a content creator and just like share my thoughts and my life lessons and the knowledge that I have and have learned. So I hope that by showing up daily for 21 days here, you're able to learn something that could allow you to show up for yourself and say yes to yourself. And in this case, to stop overthinking. So I do want to mention that there are some awesome things in the description that you can check out that I want to invite you to be a part of. One of them is a 21-day yes to you challenge, where we're saying yes to ourselves for 21 days. You're not too late to join. And if you're seeing this in a year, I bet I'll be running it again. But just tap onto that, or just leave a comment and say hi, and what was the best thing that you resonated with? What is something that you're walking away with and applying to your life so you can stop overthinking?